Before I came to Tokyo, I studied Japanese for a good 10 years, but by the time I landed, words barely came out of my mouth. My comprehension was good, but not good enough, and any chance I could speak the language filled me with both excitement and anxiety. Needless to say, I was disappointed in my skills. You can get good grades, pass exams, but real effective communication takes practice. And that's exactly what I did. After 4.5 years of living in this country, my Japanese is still flawed in certain ways, but I no longer have the anxieties that once plagued me. How did I get to this point, you ask? Well, let me give you 5 ways you can improve your Japanese while in Japan. Number 1. Live in a share house. And by share house, I mean those with mostly Japanese people, not just foreigners. I lived in one when I was a student and I had so much fun. I spent a lot of time with my housemates and talked to them about all sorts of things.
もしさ、頭を玉子だったら、メガネはどうやってかける?
They gave me corrections, they taught me new words, and at one point they even checked my job application form. Not only did I get to practice my Japanese, I found really good friends. Number 2. Work in a Japanese establishment. I needed a part-time job when I was a student, and I decided to work for a Japanese convenience store. You'd think that working at one would only need basic stock phrases for processing orders, right? Nope, that's wrong. Dead wrong. Working in a Japanese convenience store put my skills to the test. For one, I had to speak in polite Japanese form, which means I had to use these long, uncomfortable phrases that just got me tongue-tied. 本日何々チキンが10円引きでございます。ご一緒にいかがでしょうか? I'm not even that articulate in Tagalog or English. I also had to read store manuals, take written exams, and even attend training seminars, all in Japanese. I think it was really overwhelming at the time, but looking back at it now, I had so much fun. Number 3. Always expand your network. Meetup is one good way to practice your Japanese skills. There's always a lot of events, language exchange groups, and international parties. There are also all sorts of Facebook groups for making friends and finding people who share the same hobbies. And if you're in school, it's even easier to find groups and events that help you practice language skills. I've seen quite a number of people come to Japan only to constantly hang out with people from their own country. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you are going to need a lot of psychological and emotional support as you adapt to a new environment. I do think, however, that one's friendships should not be limited by one's nationality or one's mother tongue. And that sometimes the best friend that you've always been looking for is someone entirely different from you. Number 4. Consume a lot of Japanese media. Better yet, be in one. There are a lot of things that you can pick up from Japanese TV or film. You just have to be careful that when you do pick things up, use it in a way that reflects your personality, and not, for example, an excessively cute idol.
ミジェルね、エリンギ好きなの。
Or some annoying high school boy.
俺さ、エリンギ超好きなんだけど、マジやばくない?
Or some other exaggerated character that does not portray real life speech.
いいわよ。エリンギなんていらないから。あげるわ。
Some of you watching this may also know that I sometimes appear on an NHK TV show, and it's one of the things that you could do in Japan and it's so much fun. There are ways to get yourself on Japanese TV, and I do recommend trying them out. And finally, we go to number 5, which I think is a very important tip if you're serious about improving your Japanese skills. Don't be a self-absorbed moron. Believe it or not, I've met some foreigners who think that speaking crappy Japanese is actually cute and adds to their appeal, and that they don't need to learn Japanese any further because their blonde hair and blue eyes are gonna get them by. You see that? You see my nostrils flaring? Yeah. Seriously, you come here thinking that you're hot stuff and that people are just gonna cater to your needs? Wake up, it's 2016 and you're not the only foreigner around. Someone's bound to be better looking than you. Years down the road, you might find that age wears down whatever nice features you have. And then what? You'll become one of those bitter old foreigners, pining for the good old days and hating a country that they cannot understand. Ugh. And yeah, I may have these blonde hair and blue eyes as an example, but this pretty much applies to everyone. And those are my 5 tips. I hope they were helpful in some way. If you are in the country, I do hope that this encourages you to practice your Japanese. I also had a lot of anxieties when I started out, but now I'm really comfortable with the language. So get out there, take on the challenge, and just have fun. This has been Michelle for Tokyo Pass 3. See ya!